Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Broken Boys. It's episode 189, I think. Yes.
Or
For I knew there was a wheel being spun. Um,
yeah,
I am Mike,
and I'm Colin.
and yeah, today we will be spinning a wheel, but we also got various media updates this week, as well as just talking about stuff. And
Got lots.
yeah, I mean, looking over there, looking at your beautiful fur and your beautiful dirt face.
Yeah,
Yeah,
perfect.
I can
That's how I
tell.
just.
Huh?
That's how I would describe it perfectly well.
Quite literally is. I haven't heard that term in like 5 years, I think. But
Well, yeah, my mom uses it for my dog a lot, so
oh,
I I hear it whenever I'm home
for Loki?
or yes,
Wow.
yeah. His lips get stuck on his teeth sometimes. She's like, "Nope, he's doing his dirt face."
There.
So I hear it whenever I'm on the phone with her or whenever I'm home. So
Gotcha. Well,
you know,
I
staying relevant.
yeah. Uh yeah, I guess I'm irrelevant for not hearing it for for a while. But anyways, I can tell you're super excited about that news. But what else happened in your week? Colin?
Uh, well, I mean, not too much. Just same old work situation, just hanging out. It's been last weekend was not too bad at work because it was Labor Day weekend, so most people were gone. But we were still fairly busy. Um, this week, otherwise nothing too crazy. Yesterday was pretty bad, and we were understaffed. One of my managers, it's her birthday, I think tomorrow, so she was working. She has a couple jobs, so she was working like 13-hour days
Hmm.
all week to like have the weekend off. And it caught up with her yesterday, and she didn't show up until like 2 hours after she was supposed to be there.
Yeah.
Uh, which is like I don't blame her, but we were
Right.
stuck with our general manager.
Oh, yes.
So
Friend of the
which was
pod.
great. Yes, friend of the pod. He left me and two other people up front while we were fairly busy. We had a good line in the drive-through and people still coming in the actual restaurant to order and stuff. And I was packing orders for all three screens,
Hmm.
like the DoorDash deliveries, that kind of thing. Trays and bags for the front and also the drive-through all by myself. And then we had one person taking orders and one person handing out food. And he wasn't in the kitchen or anything. He was just in the office, sitting there doing whatever. Um, until we got like too busy for him to do that. So nice of him to come and show up and help us out.
Hmm.
But it's par for the course, really. Um, been enjoying the nice chill in the air. Fall is approaching. It feels
Hmm.
very different from last week where we had like the 100 days that felt like 110 or whatever.
Yep.
But that's Illinois. Um,
It sure is.
uh, I started rating stuff on Album of the Year
Oh my God, the goat's
for
back.
this year. Uh, I haven't. I've written two reviews, but so far. But I've rated most of the albums that I've listened to this year. I think close to all of them. So
That's good.
um,
Yeah, when
yeah,
I checked I think the last thing you had reviewed was like Backslide or something, like one of the singles.
yeah.
Like I don't even think you had rated Clancy. I was like, oh man, she's been gone a while.
Yeah, but I wrote a review and rated Clancy. You can go check those out.
Hell yeah. Links in the
Dear
description.
friends, yes, early plug.
Exactly.
We,
When people are still listening. Maybe.
yes, uh, but yeah, started doing that. Because I got the motivation to do that this week. Me and Max watched the first Child's Play movie, which is the Chucky series, which I had never seen the first Child's Play, or any of the Child's Play for that matter, and it was pretty good. The way in which they were able to like do all the work with like the doll was really well done for being like 1980 whatever, 88 maybe. Pretty cool. Not like scary at all, but like um, I like those cheesy horror movie moments, and there's plenty in that. Pretty good movie. I enjoyed it. You can go check out that review on my Letterboxd.
Also linked below. Colin's the one plugging this week.
Yeah. But yeah, otherwise, I listened to a couple of things. Listened to Submarine by the Marias at the request and the recommendation of our friend of the pod, John. Only of the pod, though.
Yeah, only in terms of the pod. He's very parasocial.
Love him to death, though.
Yes.
And,
keep fueling it. Keep fueling the parasocial. Yeah. Love you, John.
Love John. But it was good. I had a good time with it. Nice like indie pop record, really good production, really good vocals. I only gave it one listen, but I did enjoy it quite a bit, and I could see it growing on more listens. Yeah, just good vibes all around. Had a good time with it. I also listened to Hybrid Theory by Linkin Park. Like I said last week, I think I listened to it like once, maybe like 5-6 years ago. So it was still pretty. It's pretty out of my mind as to what I thought about it. And yeah, really, really good. There's a lot of iconic tracks from their discography just on that record alone, and Chester sounds great. I love the production and everything. It's a really, really good debut record. And yeah, just in a Linkin Park mood with the news that came out yesterday. So I listened to that. We'll talk about that in our music news segment. But
segment.
But I also listened to The Alexander Technique by Rex Orange County, which we can talk about later as well. But I will say I enjoyed it for now.
Cool.
And yeah, otherwise, just been playing Fortnite. I reached level 100 yesterday.
Oh my gosh, speedrunning.
Yeah, got this season till November, but I just figured I'd. And then I downloaded Spider-Man 2 to play that again. New Game Plus. That was the first game I platinumed, but I was like, yeah, they got the New Game Plus out. I'll play it again, and it's great. I love the fighting and swinging around in that game. My sibling bought this game that came out recently called Black Myth Wukong.
Oh yes,
which is like it's like a Souls-like kind of where you play as the Chinese mythological character Wukong, who's a monkey man. Monkey Man, and I only played a little bit of it so far, but it is pretty cool. The fighting is really interesting, and I'm sure the language you're supposed to like have the dialogue in is supposed to be like Chinese, but I have it in English, and the voice acting is very like anime-esque.
Anime dub.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty
Yeah.
much. It's not bad, but it's like it's out of my realm for like video games. I don't usually play games that have that sort of dialogue to them, so
Yeah.
that's something to get used to. But so far, pretty cool. Um, but otherwise, nothing too crazy. Just same old, pretty much. But how was your week, Mike?
Week was fine. I did a couple things, but was, a lot of I've been playing Fallen Order quite a bit. I think I'm getting close to being done with it. I think it feels like it's nearing it. I'm in like the Jedi Temple right now. I like just kind of started in there.
Okay.
Um, and yeah, I mean, I've like completed the planets as far as I know. I've like mapped them out and gotten all the chests and like already from the old one for not the old ones, but like the three planets you visit before.
Hmm.
And yeah, I'm enjoying it quite a bit so far. I forgot to mention this last week, but I sent you a picture. There's a why can't I think of the name of it?
Poncho.
Uh, Poncho, thank you. There's a poncho that very strongly resembles the trench outfits from 21 Pilots in the lore, like this, like basically the jumpsuit that Tyler's wearing in the jumpsuit video. It looks very similar to that, and pretty much since then I've been catering everything of the cosmetics to like trench themed. So you know, having that outfit and exploring Kashyyyk was just it was great. I loved it. um, but actually, that whole Kashyyyk section, for the most part, all of it, really made me realize I was like, you know what? I think Kashyyyk might be my favorite Star Wars planet. This shit is cool
Oh,
as hell.
okay.
I really loved some of the set piece stuff that they had going in like the uh, the back half of that map or so.
Mhm.
Some really really cool visuals. But just in general, it's going really good so far. I'm really liking where the characters are, and all that kind of stuff. And I'm hoping. I mean, I am enjoying it quite a bit, but I have a feeling I'm almost done because basically all of my cosmetic stuff I've found basically everything. I can because you could tell what you need to unlock still and what you have, and I'm like,
Uh,
well, there's only like one more lock thing, so I must be nearing the end. But enjoying it quite a bit. I'm gonna try and 100% that as well. Um,
no.
Hell yeah. But the week in general, pretty good. Um, Pretty soon after we finished our podcast last week, my friend Dane, who went with us to 21 Pilots, he
Uh-huh.
offered if I wanted to go see Magdalena Bay with them in a week.
Oh shit.
So yeah, it's like next Sunday, I think. So next Sunday. Yeah, next Sunday. Not like this coming one, but next from when the episode airs. I'm gonna go see them with him and his girlfriend. They're offered to drive me up. I'm like, oh. um, so excited for that. It's gonna be a concert season this week. I wasn't even sure if I
Uh,
was gonna see any concerts this year, but then got Magdalena Bay and 21 Pilots back to backs, pretty much. So that will be pretty fun, hopefully. But yeah. And then on Saturday we helped. My brother came down and we fulfilled our Christmas gift for our grandparents,
oh shit.
which was to help them with pulling out a couple bushes at their house. My grandma had been wanting to get rid of a couple of them for a while, and we're like, "Hey, we'll help you with that once it gets warm out." And then we forgot to plan for it a lot of times. So we're like, we'll do it before it gets cold out. um, and yeah, but we did that. Basically, he was the one that was chopping up big pieces and then uprooting it with his truck, pretty much. And then I was there snipping out the branches to fit them in bags and stuff. But did that for a couple hours, which was pretty good. Looks better there now. And then after that, my mom got a promotion sometime last week at her job.
Oh shit.
So we went out to Hibachi to celebrate that, which I love going out to Hibachi. We haven't mentioned it in a while. Haven't you? Didn't you say you've only really had Hibachi at like Disney World or something?
Yeah, that's like the only place I can remember ever having it. So.
Yeah, Hibachi is fun. I like it a lot. But yeah, did that. Got a nice big meal. I got a little sushi with it as well, just because I was like, hey, can I have some sushi? And they're like, yeah. So, yeah, that's always fun. I love hibachi. But then we watched a couple movies, continuing our little Marvel saga. Um,
Mhm.
I think I mentioned last week that I'm somewhat picking and choosing what we watch because my mom's trusting my judgment.
Uh,
But we watched Iron Man 2 next. We skipped over Incredible Hulk. Um, and Iron Man 2, it was okay. Um, it I will say for this one, I didn't realize how early Black Widow came in. It's been a long
yeah,
time. It's probably actually been over 10 years since I've seen the original Avengers movie because it was
yeah,
probably the year it came out. Um and I just like straight up don't remember where she came from and I was like, "Oh, I guess she came from this movie."
yeah,
So there was that. But it felt kind of messy a little bit and it kind of was starting to get some of that Marvel humor negative in there.
yeah.
Um but there's some iconic stuff that happened. There's some cool fight stuff. And I liked some of the character drama stuff going on in the beginning of the film, I guess. But it was all right. But
Yeah.
then we also watched Thor. And
Oh,
once again, I didn't realize Hawkeye was introduced early on in Thor, which is kind of cool.
yeah. Had to
Um,
get him in somewhere.
yeah, he was just kind of when I think back on it though, it was a little awkward. Like he just kind of was sat there and aimed a bow, and then he was just gone for the rest of the movie.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just like I mean, I guess he was being set up, but
Little
um,
camp for you.
yeah, the movie in general was kind of awkward though. Probably my least favorite of them so far.
Yeah,
Like there was some good stuff with Thor and Loki and some of the being worthy and all that kind of stuff. Some of those themes were good, but the writing was not great. Especially towards the end, I really thought it like really was kind of going off the rails in the last like half hour or so.
yeah.
Um, but I watched it. Um, can't wait for Thor: The Dark World because I hear even worse things about
Oh,
that one.
yeah.
So
I mean, you could really skip over that one if you want.
yeah, I kind of want to just because I know I want to watch Ragnarok, and it probably doesn't have too much to do with any of that. But
No.
you know, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll watch it in my own time. I won't have to make my mom sit through that. But
Yeah.
she fell asleep during Thor, which I didn't. I don't blame her for.
Yeah, I've literally only seen The Dark World one time, so it
Yeah,
was. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I would not blame you if you skipped through that one.
yeah. We'll see. We'll see.
I'll watch a little
Uh,
synopsis maybe if you
yeah,
want.
yeah.
Um,
But
Fun
uh.
fact though,
Oh yes.
um,
Sorry.
Iron Man 2 was my first. That was my first midnight release movie back
Wow.
in back in the day. Went to the movie theater in the mall when it was coming out. It's like
Hmm.
that was like I think that was around when the movie theater first came around in the
That
mall.
sounds about right. Yeah.
But yeah, that was cool. I don't remember much of it. I just remember waiting in line. I think some people had like Iron Man stuff on, but I was like, this is cool. But the one scene that I really love from that movie is when he suits up on the racetrack with the
Hmm.
briefcase suit. Um, but yeah,
Honest,
otherwise, yeah, that movie is it's just fine.
yeah. Honestly, that whole sequence had like I was like surprised by how good the CGI was in that sequence. Like it actually really
uh,
holds up. Like that part in particular, um, which I was impressed by. But yeah, it was yeah, Iron Man 2. But that's cool though. I think my first midnight release was Godzilla 2016, 2015,
yeah,
or 2014, I think actually.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was there for that one too.
Oh, that's right. You were there. We went like with like our little friend group. Yeah, that's right. Okay, I forgot
Yeah.
that was with you guys. Um, yeah, I think that was my first midnight release, and that was pretty fun. That was actually I still am very fond of that theater experience. That was one of the was really a core memory for me a little bit. Um,
Yeah, it was a good, it was a fun experience. I like those opening night uh, kind of deals.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, other than that, I also got this is pretty cool. My dad works in like a warehouse type thing where they do like shipping to other places. And there
Uh-huh.
was there was an order that had been sitting around for a couple of months and my dad asked like, one of the people like, "Hey, anyone know what's happening with this? Is there any more word on it, and they're like, we're probably just gonna get rid of it at this point. It's like, do you mind if I take it home? And they said, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And what it was is it's actually like a pretty nice record player,
Oh,
which is something that I've needed for a long time now. I think
yeah.
I think when I first moved into the apartment, I tried doing that my old record player, and it started smoking up. And that's what I was like,
Right.
okay, well, I guess I don't have that anymore. So that was, oh man, was that 3 years ago now? Uh-oh.
Yeah.
But anyways, I've been like putting off that on my Christmas list though, because you kind of need that and like nice speakers. You need like
Right.
both of them, and both of them are about like roughly $200-ish.
Uh-huh.
And so it's a big investment, but now that like half of the deal is done, it's like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool. So yeah, now I've got a fairly nice record player, which is pretty cool. And very thankful of that, of course. And thank you,
Right.
Father's Job, for allowing him to take it home for free. But
Christmas present down. You don't. He doesn't have to get you anything
yeah, yeah, he got that for free, so therefore I am good.
else.
But or were you saying that for speakers or for?
No, yes, no. Your record player. He doesn't
Oh,
have to
okay,
get you. He doesn't have to get you anything else. You got
exactly.
the free
Okay,
record player, so you're all good.
gotcha. Yep. I am all Christmased out. Just like my grandparents. No. Um but yeah. And then I listened to a few albums this week too. I listened to Blonde by Frank Ocean. Um Definitely one I
Oh,
need to listen to again. Cuz I know a lot of people love the album, but I was listening to it, I was like, I don't I don't quite get it. I really liked Pink and White again when that one played, but I was just like, that was kind of like a stark standout for me a little bit.
yeah.
But it's also, it was a little more experimental than I was expecting. So like, I think if I were to return to it again, hopefully sometime within this month, with more of a mindset of like what it's going to sound like, I might enjoy it a little bit more. Um, but it just kind of caught me a little off guard, I guess, by like, I don't know how stripped back it was, but also how somewhat weird it was with vocal stuff. I don't know. But
Yeah.
I'll update that towards the end of the month, hopefully with a better opinion. And then I also listened to Submarine by the Marias at the request of John. Actually, Blonde Frank Ocean was also at the request of John.
Yeah.
It's a John's week for my albums. But I did like this Maria's album a lot, though. He was saying that this is his album of the year so far, and I could definitely see why. I really thought I had really nice production. I liked the vocals a lot. I thought there was a lot of really nice melodies and just harmonies and stuff in there too. Like it was just very pleasant to listen to. Um, and there was a few songs that I like really liked on it too, so that kind of boosted up for me. But yeah, go check that one out if you're interested in like some more like synth pop stuff. I'm talking to the viewer, not you. Um,
Yes.
if you want more like synth pop stuff, like somewhat Magdalena Bay esque a little bit. It's like kind of like the new album a little bit. Um, yeah, go check it out. Submarine, the Marias. And then I also listened to the Alexander Technique by Rex Orange County. I guess we can kind of both talk about it here because I'm done with my
Yeah.
week pretty much.
Yeah.
Um, but for me personally, like I liked it, but I don't know. I felt like it didn't hit the nail on the head with everything. And how did I put it in? I need to look at my own review because I really liked something I said. Yeah, I think this album struggles a lot with like variation between the tracks.
Uh-huh.
And also because of that, like it also kind of fails to be memorable a little bit. Like I don't think there's anything like awfully bad on here. But like there's just kind of a lot of like, I don't know, a little forgettable stuff. Like there's nice instrumentals, and I like the lyrics about growth that are happening throughout the whole project. I think there's some cool themes of self-realization or whatever in there. Um,
Yeah.
that's pretty, it's nice to listen to, and it's like a happy for him thing. And the instrumentals sound really crisp. I really love the instrumentals on here. I just think the songs themselves are kind of kind of whatever for the most part. But it is still like good. I still like it. I like it more than Pony, I'm pretty sure. But uh, yeah, I don't know. I've given it a couple listens now, and I've just kind of left like, okay, that's a Rex Orange County album. um, I don't know. But what are you feeling about it?
Yeah, I mean, I only gave it one listen last night before heading to bed because I forgot that it was releasing today.
Me too.
And from what I can recall, I did enjoy it, but in my review, I wrote down that it has those like weird those cool ideas, but the unfinishedness of the last album on a lot of these tracks. I think that um, the album is a little bloated. Could have been cut down a good bit. But when it's good, it's pretty good. I really like a few select tracks out of here, like the table, um, the guitar song.
Hmm.
Yeah, guitar song. I liked, and I liked the song with James Blake on it. Look me in the eyes. I thought that was
I
a
like
very pretty duet.
I like that one a lot too. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I think it's a good culmination of all of his previous albums on this one. Like it has like those spoken word parts like on the first track Alexander has like the what we got like the horns and the soul um that we got from Apricot, and then you
Hmm.
get like the orchestra that like kind of got introduced on Pony, as well as those like unfinished ideas on Who Cares.
Yeah.
But it's an album that I think is going to benefit from more listens
I
on my
agree.
end.
Yeah.
But I do like a lot of the things done. I don't think it's my favorite from him by any means, but I could see it growing on me quite a bit as I listen to it more. Um, but yeah, I don't know. It is a little too long, and some ideas I'm like I don't know, and I like his writing on it, and the
Hmm.
production is some of the best I've heard from him. I think, but
Yeah.
um, you know, it could be better, it could be worse, but it's a good Rex Orange County album.
Cool. Yeah, no, I completely agree with what you said that it needs some more listens. I mean, I gave it a second one, but like I think it could even do with a third or fourth just to kind of
Right.
really let it sit with you. But I do think, I mean, I forgot to mention this, but you said it as well that it is pretty bloated a little bit. Like, it's 16 songs long, 53 minutes, and it's just like it
Yeah.
really could have been like 40, like pretty
Yeah.
easily if you ask me. But it it's like I said, there's nothing that I like downright dislike on it. It's just kind of it blends together for me right now in like a kind of just like yeah way.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
cool though. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Shout out Rex. Check it out if
I
you're
don't.
interested. I do like Guitar Song a lot though, and the James Blake
Yes.
one. I think those are pretty big highlights for me as well. So
The table benefited from an album listen now because I liked it a lot when it came out, but in the context of the album, I liked it a lot. Um, but also the transitions in the album are pretty good too. There were a
there are
couple
good
of notable.
transitions. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, good album. Go check it out if you liked any of Rex's previous work, or if
Yeah.
you're looking for a cool orchestral sounding album.
Yeah. It's like singer songwriter, but with some orchestral moments. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think at least I don't know. Uh,
no, that's fair.
but
It's more song.
yeah, but cool. All right. Well, we got some music news. For me, well, not for me. But there was Half Alive was doing a little teasing. I'm not sure if you saw that.
Hmm.
I almost completely missed it, but one of my friends pointed it out to me. Well, it was Dane again. Shout out Dane. Um, and they said, I don't know, something's coming on September 19th. Probably a single, most likely.
Yeah,
Um, and you know, I'm hoping I like it more than I liked the Now Not Yet stuff. Um, Not that I dislike that album either, but it was a bit of a sophomore slump in my eyes compared to, or not Now Not Yet, the Conditions of a Punk. right?
Yes.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
that's the album name. I had to think if it was that or Give Me Your Shoulders. Conditions of a Punk. Now Not Yet I really like, but Conditions of a Punk was kind of a little bit of a sophomore slump for me. So I'm hoping
Yeah.
to like whatever it is a little bit more.
There was also a album name announcement from Mr. Abel Tesfaye.
Oh,
Um, the next weekend album is titled "Hurry Up Tomorrow."
interesting.
Um, a nice AJR
This
sounding.
this sound a little AJR-ish, yeah.
But I don't know if he's announced like when it's coming out or whatever. But he put out a tweet with a little video that was like a, it was like a, just like a, this is the story so far, and he's
Mm,
like, it is the next album title. There you go.
I Am Clancy moment. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. um, don't know if he's young again or an old man still, but
Oh yeah. He's gonna be a baby in this one. Yeah.
yes. But that's cool. Looking forward to that one. I've liked the first two chapters in the story so far. So
Yeah. Yeah, I was a little bit more of a fan of After Hours than I was Dawn FM, but you know, I still really like his work. So well, at least we both only we're kind of normies when it comes to him. We only know his recent output, not the the filthy uncensored version of
yeah,
him. So but once hey, maybe we'll roll him today. We'll see.
right.
Um, but is that and then also Brad of a Brad Taste in Music. He I won't go too much into detail because I don't know how much he wants being out there, but he had a little bit of an episode while on stream that made him say some kind of worrying things, and he really took a step back after that. I think I didn't really hear too much from him, and then today he posted a video just saying like, "Hey, I'm going to rehab for like a couple months. You won't see much from me. Gonna try and get better, pretty much," which I think is a very good thing based on some of the stuff that was happening about a week ago now. Some of that was pretty worrying. Some of the things
Yes.
that were being said. Um,
Yeah.
but wishing the best for him. I thought the description was kind of funny. Oh, what did he say? It was something
So they
like,
told me to go to rehab, and I said okay or
yeah,
something like
yeah,
that.
yeah. I think that was it. I was like, he's still there. I love that kind of humor. But, um, yeah, best wishes to Brad. Hoping he does gets better over the next couple months. Hopefully that helps him out a little bit.
Hope so. Yeah, because we've both been watching him for a good long time now.
Yeah,
And we've seen him go through plenty of mental health struggles, and it's always good to see him come out better on the other side. So hoping this works out for him. Hopefully,
yeah,
he comes back better than ever, stronger than ever. Um, but well wishes to Brad. We
yep.
love you
Love
on
you,
the
Brad.
broken board.
Um, yeah, that's about all I have for music news. Yeah.
I got a couple of the things. I got um, Billboard, the very acclaimed music um, company.
Of course.
Uh, they declared the song of the summer. Um,
Oh.
I'll give you a multiple choice here.
Oh,
See which one.
okay.
See if you can get it correct.
Interactive.
All right. All right. So we got Espresso by Sabrina Carpenter.
Okay.
Good Luck Babe by Chappell Roan.
Okay.
Or I Need Some Help, or I Had Some Help from Post Malone.
Hmm. Okay. Well, I did see. I haven't seen the list, but I think I did see someone talk about this list and how there was no chaperone on it, or at least Good Luck Babe wasn't on it. I think. Don't confirm nor deny because I have to guess here. So I think it's not chaperone because of that, which is obviously wrong. Ah, I mean, espresso makes sense, but I feel like you wouldn't be asking me this question if it was espresso. So I think by my process of elimination here, it's probably I had some help, which is, I don't know how to feel about that.
Here, let me get you a sound effect. See if you
Oh,
got it right here.
is he gonna clap or am I gonna get booed?
Um,
Maybe
um,
Weezered. Um, what's fun?
uh, you
I, okay, I was
correct.
gonna say Vine Boom's a little ambiguous. I don't know if that's.
Yeah, it was the Post Malone song, which
Yeah,
I don't really agree with. I mean, I know that it was big. I know,
yeah,
a lot of people liked it, but I don't know. I feel like Espresso or anything by Chapel Roan really could have easily been in that spot.
yeah. Was that correct
Like
in saying that Chapel Roan wasn't even on the list?
I don't even know. I just saw that Post Malone was the top, and I was like, that's wrong. But
Yeah, yeah,
um, I feel like Espresso has a much better summer song vibe.
for
But
sure.
I saw that and I was like, okay, yeah, no, but
Yeah, because I think I saw what I saw was a couple TikTok content music creators like they were ranking their own top 10 of the spot or not Spotify, the Billboard top 10.
uh,
So they would make their own top 10 out of it, and there was a couple of them that like included Chapel because like she like just fell out of it like at 11 maybe or something like that. Um, but anyways, yeah.
yeah, but yeah, I saw that and I was like, okay, um,
Definitely should go to Espresso, even if I think the song's good. I like it, but it's
yeah, it
definitely
was my
summer.
favorite off the album. But other Chapel Roan news, I saw a tweet that was that said "Hot to Go" is just ABCDEFU of 2024,
Oh God.
and I that was another thing that I was like, have you heard both songs? Uh,
They're both in
ABCDEFU.
Fortnite, so I mean, like,
That is true. But I was like, I saw that and I was like, oh, jeez, you have never heard um, "Hot
music.
to Go," have
Yeah.
you? Like, just because they spell out the title of the song doesn't mean that they're both the same. I promise you. And I
Yeah.
was going through the replies, and they're like, "It's not even good either." And it's like, some people are like, "I'd rather listen to ABCDEFU."
Mm,
I'm like, "What the fuck is wrong with you people?" I understand music taste is subjective, but you're subjectively wrong.
yeah.
I
Some
just
people, some people are very different when it comes to the cringe. What makes a pop stuff like pop songs cringe? Because like, I know my neighbors are kind of like that too. Like sometimes I'll tell them like, "Oh, dude, I can't stand this song." Like something like
yeah.
Dance Monkey or like,
Oh
ABCDEFU being one of them, like in Fortnite Festival. And I was like,
uh,
someone chose it. I was, and like as we were playing, I was like, I hate this song. I can't stand this song. And then we were playing it. They're like, I don't see what's wrong with it. It's not that bad. It's whatever. It's like maybe it's because I go in there. They go in there expecting the worst thing in the world,
yeah,
which arguably it is. But it's just like I feel like when people listen to music the amount that you and I do, like the cringe stuff, like we just recognize the cringe stuff a little bit like easier, I
yeah.
guess. It's just like I don't know. It's just like when you know the upper echelon of what you could be listening to, it's like, oh man, this stuff really stinks.
Yeah.
That sounds pretentious as hell what I said, but I think it's kind of true. There's
No,
truth there.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, it's such a bad song,
yeah.
and yeah, so that was another thing that I was like, ew. And then I mean, also, as you said, Chapel is Hot to Go is in Fortnite, as
Mhm.
well as Apple from Charlie XCX. So
I wish it was a little bit more of a. I do like Apple on Brat, but it's not my favorite on there.
no, it's solely because of the TikTok trend.
Oh
But
yeah,
uh, I was hoping that just maybe they'd put in like a Hot to Go emote or something like that.
they
But
should.
that'd be sick. Even the Apple dance, I could see being in there.
Yeah.
Um, but in big news, yesterday Linkin Park came on stream, and
Hmm.
they did a nice little concert with their new vocalist Emily Armstrong, who
Hmm.
was the singer for a band called Dead Sarah, which I've never heard, but
Yeah.
she does fit in very well. Um, I enjoyed what I heard. Um, of her singing along with the big songs that they played at the little concert there. And
Yeah.
also there's a album coming out November 15th called From Zero. No like news of whether 21 Pilots is a feature on there at all, but you know, possibly
Oh
maybe.
gosh. Sorry, that car very clearly came through.
Very sorry.
I was just like, college is transformed into a vehicle.
Autobots.
Yeah, yeah, you had to roll out, guys. Sorry.
But what was I saying? No news on whether 21 Pilots is featured on the album or not, but maybe we'll see.
No, I was seeing some clips of her, and people were kind of mixed in the comments about him. And as someone who's like knows about Linkin Park and knows like what their sound is, but is not like extremely well versed in their catalog. Like I thought she sounded pretty good. Like
Yeah,
there are people saying like, oh, it sounds like she's just doing like karaoke or whatever. And it's like, I don't know. She has like that kind of like gritty screaming voice that Chester has, and obviously it's not like completely the same as it. I
yeah,
mean, that's because Chester was very good at what he did.
yeah.
But like, I don't know. I was also seeing some people saying like, I think she will sound even better when the songs are catered to her, not to a different
Yeah.
vocalist. Which I also agree with. I think once they write songs around her, like I think that she can very easily fill those shoes and do just
Oh,
as well. So
for sure. Yeah, it was. Yeah, she has that same, as you were saying. She has like the same gravelly kind of screamy voice that Chester had, as well as she has a very nice singing voice as well.
yeah,
But yeah, lots of people just being upset that one, it's a woman, and two, that they're they're you know they're deciding to go on without Chester. But it's like it's really not fucking up to you. It is the band, and they
yeah,
want to come back, do a new thing, but keep the memory of Chester alive while doing it.
hmm,
Uh, and yeah, but it was cool to see. She's not a replacement. She's not trying to replace or take up the mantle of Chester. She's a new thing. This is a new
right,
era of Linkin Park. So it's not like you know she's not trying to be Chester in any way. She's just trying to be within this um, new era, new face of Linkin Park, and
yeah,
I'm really excited to see it.
yeah,
But yeah, that album comes out November 15th. Very excited for it. The first track came out as well, called it is called The Emptiness Machine,
mm.
and yeah, I like it a lot. Very very good. But yeah, did you hear that song at all?
I have not. No,
Cool. All right. But yeah, we might hear that later. We'll see.
we'll see.
But yeah, just thought that was really cool. I watched a good bit of the Zane Lowe interview that he
Mm,
did with Linkin Park this morning before work. So um, yeah, very cool. But that's about all the music news I have.
cool. In world news, Minecraft movie.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. That
Yeah.
is something that exists, and the little teaser trailer has everyone raving.
Oh yeah. The reviews are in, and this is the first movie that's going to be making $1 trillion.
Hmm.
Very excited.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
gonna go diamond certification.
oh,
It's gonna it's gonna be great.
uh, it's they're actually going to replace the Hollywood sign with the sign that says Minecraft. So it's uh,
Yeah.
yeah, it looks like shit though. It's really bad.
Yeah, it looks very bad. Like I mean, we kind of messaged about this with Vince and John as well. But like you had mentioned at one point like, oh, I hope they like pull a Sonic and they fix some things after this trailer got bad reception. But like for me, I'm just like, I don't know. This whole like humans in the Minecraft world thing just sounds like awful to begin with. Like the very foundation is terrible.
No, yeah, and it's just like them being in that world looks so uncanny and fucking weird,
It's
and I
just,
hate it.
yeah, it's gonna be like 95% a green screen movie, except for when they go back to the real world. And like,
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, there were, if I can give it some credit, I guess, there's a couple shots like of indoors stuff that happens,
yeah,
and it's like those look pretty cool. Like those sets, I feel like look all right. There was a lot of detail like on the background of like shelves and things like that. But like,
uh,
I don't know. Anytime it's just like outside Minecraft world, it's like that is disgusting.
yeah. No, it's like I know that they have been making the movie for a bit, and like it's already done filming and everything, but like the Borderlands movie just came out and it just bombed like shit.
Yeah.
Everybody hates, and then you like this trailer. Yeah, people are gonna love this, and you put it out, and it's like it, movie companies. I I don't think they understand what people want.
Nope.
Uh, and it's like the Sonic movies after they did the fix. I watched the first couple over winter break last year, and they were good. I enjoyed them, and the third one I'm excited for
Yeah.
because it's like it's faithful to like Sonic lore. It's the characters are all fun, but like just throwing Jack Black and Jason Momoa in the fucking Minecraft world is like, ugh, I don't want to see this.
Yeah.
Like nobody, nobody except for like 5-year-olds are gonna, their parents are gonna be like, oh, this movie just came out. You want to go see the Minecraft movie? And then it's gonna make a million billion fucking Minecraft $1 trillion. But it's
Yeah.
like, you
I
know, it,
sorry.
go ahead.
I was just gonna say I don't remember which influencer said it, but they were like comparing it to the Mario movie, which I was also comparing it to. I think it should have been animated somewhat like the
Oh,
Mario movie at least, or something like that. But like they were talking in terms of content though. It's like at least the Mario movie, like yeah, it was a family movie, like kids would enjoy it, but like it was a good movie that would be pleasing to everyone. But this literally so far from the teaser we've seen looks like it's literally made for like 10-year-olds.
yeah.
Like yeah.
It's like I don't know, man. The fucking it just it's just like Jumanji, but in Minecraft. It's what I feel
Hmm.
like it's gonna happen, because like Jack Black as Steve comes out and he's like, "I'm Steve. I've been here for years," and it's like you're stuck in Minecraft, aren't you? Like
Yeah.
you can't get out. You're gonna come out and be like, "What year is it?" And it's like, this isn't good. Like they already did the video game Jumanji movies,
Hmm.
and you were in them, so it's like
That's right. He was in that. Yeah.
you don't need.
I only saw the first one of those, like of the new Jumanjis, and the first one
Yeah,
was good. I liked that
yeah,
movie.
it was good.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it in a while, but I remember it being enjoyable.
Yeah.
It was good. It was a good cast, but it's like I don't know. It's like disappointing. It's like I wasn't expecting anything good out of the Minecraft movie, but they could have done something a lot more engaging and fun.
Yeah.
Uh,
If it was handled by, not executives. They're like I'm sure there's something that could have been done there, but like almost in no means can a live action setting work for Minecraft, I don't think.
yeah, no. But I'm excited for Jason Momoa to turn into Hero Brian,
Yeah,
and
I was seeing that too. You're supposed to be
and
the hero, Brian.
I like that name.
Yeah.
It's like
Those memes.
they're so good. But yeah, just not great. In other world news, we unfortunately had another school shooting this week.
Yeah.
In was it
It was Atlanta, right?
was it? Oh yeah, it was Georgia. It was
Yeah.
Appalachian School. And the way that JD Vance talked about it on stage after
Oh.
it happened, he said, "I hate that this is a fact of life.
Oh,
Uh,
ew.
we need, yeah." He said, "We need better security in schools, but nothing about better gun laws, better gun control. None of that. Just school shootings are a fact of life.
Nothing
So
about the mindset a parent has to get into in order to gift their child an AR for Christmas.
yeah,
Like
uh,
nothing about that mindset that maybe your party influences.
yeah. I will say that I think the police response was better this time around. I think that they got in there pretty fast as it was going on, and managed to get it over with faster than a lot of other school shootings that I've seen. But still not something that should be happening.
Yeah.
Really fucked up that those 4 lives were lost, and it just keeps fucking happening. I saw a TikTok where this guy was like, "Yeah, I was almost a victim of a mass like attack like that on a bike path or something." And the description said there's been 400 mass shootings, over 400 mass shootings since Columbine.
Yeah.
And it's like, this has to fucking end at some point. Like, there's no fucking way that we can just keep going and letting children and teachers and just normal civilians die at the behest of the fucking government. There's no reason for a civilian to have that kind of gun in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
And it's just really, really fucking sad. And the whole reason that one of the main reasons that I stopped wanting to be a teacher is like the fact that, hey, there's a very high chance of you just being shot at work and watching
I wouldn't
people
necessarily
being
call it a
shot.
high chance, but a real chance for sure.
A real chance.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's more what I meant. But it's
Yeah,
like,
I knew what you meant, but just yeah.
yeah, there's a real possibility that one day, just randomly, while you're teaching history to a bunch of high schoolers that don't want to be at school, that like a bunch of people and you might die just for being at school. And it's like,
Yeah.
why the fuck is this happening? Why is this continuing to happen this many years on since Columbine? It's like, it's just disgusting, and I hate it. And rest in peace to the victims at the Appalachian High School. But
Absolutely. Did I
go vote in November, please.
yes. Uh just to clarify though, the JD Vance actually say like it was a fact of life or something like that?
He said he was going on. He was preempt. He was trying to get into the fact that we need, as he said, we need better security in schools and stuff like that. He's like, I
Mm-hmm.
hate that this. He said this is a fact of life.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't. I've seen it misconstrued as like he was saying that school shootings are a fact of life, and it's not. Like, I don't think that's what he meant,
Okay.
like, completely. But the fact that he he made shootings and stuff like this out to be like a fact is like, yeah, it's a fact that they happen, but it should be, there should be more of a fucking push to make it less likely. But
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I sure hope that was, misconstrued or something cuz like if,
yeah.
that when you said that like actually like disgusted me like to my core. Like someone if that was how he said it, implying that, shootings like that, oh, it's a fact of life now. It's like, no, no, it doesn't have to be.
No.
And it's your fault. Yeah.
Right.
Ugh.
It's like, people with children talk like that, and it's like,
Yeah.
so if you send your kid off to school, they don't come back, they come back in a body bag, it's like, you're okay with guns still? It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Who the
Yeah.
fuck? Oh my god. But yeah, I was surprised to see that the shooter wasn't killed. But also, the shooter was arrested, and he'll be charged as adults. And his father was also arrested
Yeah.
for like the knowing of the willing uh, armament of his child with a fucking rifle like that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I couldn't believe that part. I mean, we were talking about that a little bit at dinner with my parents and I.
Huh.
And just like I, I mean, I don't even. It's not even legal to gift like an adult a gun, is it?
I don't know, honestly.
Because like, while our gun laws are terrible here in the U.S., we still have a couple. I'm pretty sure. Like, I don't think you can just gift someone a gun like that without like paperwork and shit. But I don't know. I don't know how that works. I
That's
guess.
true. Yeah,
But regardless, a 14-year-old,
yeah,
like, oh
yeah.
my god, and I laugh
And
out of the absurdity of that. Not
yeah,
whatever, but
yeah. I saw like interviews with like students at the school, and they were talking about. There was one girl who was like, "Yeah, he was always like standoffish. He didn't talk much."
yeah,
But she was like, "I'm not surprised by the fact that he did that." And it's like, oh my god,
yeah,
that shouldn't be a thing.
no,
You shouldn't be fucking like expecting some kid to pull up to school with a gun.
yeah,
But he also had like, I think there were some like the FBI had tabs on him because he posted some questionable things online
hmm
um, prior to what happened. So it's like maybe look into it a little harder there. But yeah, unfortunate, very very unfortunate, very disgusting, and like I said, rest in peace to those
yeah.
four victims. But yeah, sorry to bring the mood down after talking about the Minecraft movie,
No,
but
it's oh man, yeah. Sorry, my mind wanted to make a terrible joke there, but I'm not doing it because that would be a bad idea. But yeah, yeah, no, it really is an awful situation. Um,
yeah,
yeah,
but yeah, I mean, I don't have a lot else here in my notes, but yeah, just go vote, people, please.
hmm
Um, we need not that like I don't think much will get done since the court is so stacked to the right because of Trump. But just don't let him get back in the White House. Period, because he'll make it even worse. So
yeah.
go out November 5th, vote blue. And we'll be getting the first debate between the two next week.
Oh, it's next week.
So, yep, the 10th.
Oh, okay.
So
Get ready for a political episode of Broken Boys next week.
yeah, we'll be talking about the discography of a band and also the first presidential debate between Kamala and Trump.
Yeah. Frame by frame analysis.
Yeah. It'll be like football play-by-plays where they
hmm
have like the marker on everything on screen.
Yeah. Just circle. So Trump's hair is slowly falling off. Yeah.
His tan is really really bad.
Yeah.
Kamala though, she looks great.
hmm
60 years old.
You
Hey.
know, presidential age. Um, but yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if we want, we can do a little rap in here. We're at 57 right now, so
All right. Drop some bars.
cool. It is. I can't. I was gonna, and then I'm like, no, I
I
shouldn't.
commend you. I commend you for even thinking about
Yeah,
it.
I was thinking if I want to do it for the bit, and I'm like, I don't have it in me today. Um, but I am up first though, so that Maria's album that John had us listen to, I thought was pretty good. But there was one song that on both listens I've done so far just really was sticking out to me. I really like it. I'm not sure why it doesn't have as much streams as some of the other songs on here, but it's one of my favorites on here. So I'm gonna go with "Love You Anyway" by the Marias. All right, that was "Love You Anyway" by the Marias. What'd you think of that, Colin?
Yeah, that's a great cut off of that record. I also don't understand why that one doesn't have that many streams because the singing is great. I really, really love the instrumental on that track. It's just super vibey.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I love the feel of that one. Very pretty. Very cool.
Yeah, I love how it like opens up in that chorus, like just in that super spacey production. Like you were saying, the singing's great, like the harmonies and the verses are really nice. It's got really nice bass lines going on in there too.
Oh yeah.
And then me and my chords. Those chord changes between like the verses and the chorus are just super nice, super satisfying to listen to. I just think that's like a really really great song, like just in general.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been loving that one. But what about you? What you got for this week, Colin?
Cool. Well, as we love our cliffhangers and foreshadowing,
Oh yes.
I'm gonna go. I'm really liking that new Linkin Park track, so I'm gonna go with "The Emptiness Machine" by Linkin Park.
All right.
All right, that was "The Emptiness Machine" by Linkin Park. What'd you think, Mike?
I think that's a song I need to give a couple more listens. Honestly, first thoughts I was a little mixed on. I liked the really heavy parts. I thought the heavy parts worked really well. It was some of the I don't know what the lighter parts, I guess. Some
Mike
of
Shinoda.
this I think he did all right. It was actually her in some of the lighter parts. I'm not entirely sure if I'd like just like how her vocals were processed or something like that. I don't know. It was just like something wasn't clicking for me there. But like the heavy moments I thought were pretty good on the track. I think that carried through pretty well.
Yeah.
But I could completely grow more accustomed to it with more listens. I just kind of wasn't expecting that, I guess. I don't know.
Well,
Even though it feels very Linkin Park, I wasn't expecting that. But yeah, it feels like it's calling back to, at least from what I'm familiar with, some of the older stuff. Like it feels like, an older Linkin Park song in modern day, I feel like at least. But yeah, I liked it. But yeah, could grow a lot more for sure.
that's cool. Yeah, it is reminiscent of older tracks, and the way that like the way that I've enjoyed Linkin Park. I'm usually a fan of like the heavier songs where Chester's really getting into it, really like screaming and yelling a lot.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, those parts are definitely my favorite. But I don't know. I just like I like the build up where they're both like, I want to be part. I just wanted to be part of something where they're both like getting into that.
Yeah, I like that
Um,
part a lot too.
but yeah, I think it's a really cool introduction to the new era. I like what Emily's bringing to the table so far.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I'm just excited to see what comes next in November. But
Yeah.
until then, we do have a wheel to spin.
Yeah. I hope
You
what
want
comes
to explain
in.
this?
Oh, I was just gonna say I hope what comes in November is a female president. But other
Yes.
than that, yeah, I can explain our wheel as well. Um, we do a little segment here every 5 episodes called Artist Analysis, where we analyze an artist. Shocker. We take a look at all of their albums and their discography. We give them a little listen, kind of a close listen, and then we report back to you next week with our thoughts on each album experience by said artist. We've done a lot of these now. Actually, I've been meaning to count up how many of these we've done. But
Yeah.
all the way, just think all the way back to John Bellion, I think was the first one, right? That
Yeah,
feels,
you sure.
I barely remember doing that episode. So like, it's pretty far away. But yeah, we'll see what happens for this week
Yeah.
or next
All
week.
right.
This
You
week for
ready?
us. Yep, I am
Yeah,
ready.
this week for us. All right. Let's see.
Who we gonna be listening to? Uh,
Uh,
ooh, okay. Oh,
oh,
wait. Okay. I was gonna
yeah.
say he was about to sneak in there, maybe. Lucy Dacus. All right.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
1/3 of Boy Genius. Cool.
Yeah, very cool.
I believe that is just 3 albums. I'm going to check though to be sure. Um, Lucy Dacus. Yes, 3 albums. I guess if we want to, she has an EP that we could throw in there too.
Yeah,
Um,
good.
yeah, we could do that.
Cool.
So it'd be 2 albums, EP, and then final album. Because that and should be too hard to mix up because the EP is literally called 2019. It was released in 2019. So, cool. All right, sick. Well, next. Oh, hold on. Let me get out of the screen for the viewers. My bad. Yeah, we will talk to you next week with some Lucy Dacus news. But before we do, that. We got a little end segment here. Colin was teasing it. He was teasing that stuff in the description. And you know what, dear audio listeners, that we love to death, as we always say.
Especially you, John.
Especially you, John. He gets some fourth wall breaks when he listens to our podcast. Um, but dear audio listeners, you can come on over to YouTube. We're under the same name, BrokeN Boys, capital N Bois. And you can find links to those things Colin was talking about earlier. But also that segment we just did, the song of the week. We've been doing that every week since the podcast's inception. Yeah, go check out those long playlists. We got one for me, we got one for Colin, and we got one for both of us combined. And in those playlists, you can find the Everything Machine by Linkin Park, as well as shit, I forgot my song. Love You Anyway by the Marias. You can find those in 2 of 3 of those playlists. Yeah, go check those out. Give them some love. Go press a little shuffle on that, and maybe you'll find some stuff that you've either forgotten about, or some new stuff, or maybe AJR into death grips. Anything can happen. So go check those out. Yeah, we got links to some personal stuff as well. For me, I make music under the name Plaintive. Got stuff cooking still. They're still boiling in the pot, but it's cooking. Yeah, but you can catch up on your Plaintive lore with my album Coping Mechanism, which came out 2 years ago now. Yeah, go check that out. I love all those songs. I got some soundtracks on there too. That TV series that well, TV series, quote unquote, that I scored a theme for, I think premieres this week. I think it's on the 10th it premieres. So I will link that probably in next week's episode. But it's called Bleak Terminus. I think if you look it up, you should probably be able to find it, I would imagine. So if you want to check that out, I'm
watch
proud
the presidential debate and then watch Bleak Terminus.
Exactly. Maybe the presidential debate will make life at Bleak Terminus. Who knows? Hopefully not. Yeah. Anyways, music. Spotify and Apple Music down there. I also have an album of the year page where I rate and review music. And yeah, go check that out. I got reviews and ratings on there. I have my Instagram down there, as well as my TikTok, and my YouTube page. And you know what? I forgot to make this joke during the Song of the Week segment, but there's been a lot of Blue album covers this year that are getting some good traction. So I'm inside one of those Blue album covers. I'm inside all of them, actually. all the Blue album covers. If you zoom in like specifically to a spot, you'll see my little face just peeking out at you. So that's a little Easter egg. Yeah. See, Colin found one. Now that you know about it, there I am, and that's my relation to you, dear viewer. I am inside one of those Blue, or all of those Blue album covers that you're listening to on your Spotify page. Behind you. And Colin over here, he is I did like a Michael Jackson there. Um, he runs our pages for the pod. He runs our Twitter page, where he updates when videos are posted and other various things. And then he also runs our TikTok, where he posts little funny videos of us too. And then as he was advertising earlier, he has his album of the year page with a fresh coat of paint on there. Go ahead and check out all those new crisp ratings and reviews for the ones that are there. And he also has a Letterboxd, where I'm sure there's a review for Child's Play and or rating.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes,
go check out both of those. Both of those are linked under Colin's stuff, and his Instagram page, which will be getting a fresh coat of paint next week. And he nervous laughter from his end. But Colin, what is your relation to the dear viewer?
Well, while you're hanging out in the Blue album covers, I'm gonna be swimming in the pinkish purple of the new Linkin Park album cover. It's like a looking like a nice little paint splatter or maybe an ocean, but
Mm-hmm.
it just looks nice, and I'm having a good time in it. But I see you across the way and you're blue, and I'm like, I can get lost in that blue,
Mm-hmm.
fall into your blue, if you will.
Mm. Blew me. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, yeah, I'm blue.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah. Dabba
but
dabba die. Um,
yes, um, but while maybe we're inside of those album covers as our new viewers looking through albums at a record store,
mm,
and the behind them is a whole wall of the blue album covers of 2024, and in front of them is a key art for the new Linkin Park album that they're interested in listening to. And as I'm wanting to get into those blue album covers, I'm gonna step on out of this art for From Zero, and I'm gonna drag our dear viewer on accident, but it'll be nice in the end. I'm gonna drag our dear viewer into those blue album covers, and we're
mm.
just gonna fall into that wall of blue.
It's like
Uh,
Mario when he jumps into the paintings.
yes,
Yeah.
it'll be very unexpected but very fun as we fall into the album art of, let's say, the Marias in
All
that
right.
nice um into the submarine, and Maria will be there, but she won't be a part of this
Mm.
as
You know, I
as
think. Sorry, as you said that out loud, I think I just realized the pun between submarines and then Maria. They both
oh,
got Maria in them. Anyways, I'm sorry.
that's true.
Continue your analogy.
You're good. We're gonna fall into the album art of Submarine by the Marias, and as you're floating around in that blue, we're just all gonna be real happy to see each other, and the our dear viewer is gonna be excited that they get to be a part of this whole, you know, Mario 64 esque um, situation as we
Mhm.
have fallen into this album cover. And we're just gonna float on over to each other. You're gonna hug our viewer from behind. I'm gonna hug him from in front, and we're gonna do it. We're gonna embrace, and we're gonna me and you, Mike. We're gonna
Mhm.
do a nice underwater kiss,
Yes.
and just share the love of this this synth indie pop album that we
Mhm.
both love very much. Um, and I know John's jealous because
Oh yeah.
the viewer's not him, but
I mean, it can
that's
be.
fine. It
The
could be.
viewer could be him.
Could be. You put yourself in the shoes of the viewer in this scenario of
Mhm.
this love cage, as I was about to say. But yeah, me and Mike, we're gonna be kissing right next to the viewer's ear, um, as as the nice tones of the Marias plays in the background. But yeah, that embraces what we like to call the love cage. And if you would like your very own, all you got to do is drop your address in the comments below. We will find you. You won't know when, you won't know where, but we will find you and give you your very own love cage.
Mhm.
So, drop that addy. Um,
Do it.
and, yeah, do it.
All
And
right.
maybe your social security number while you're at it.
And the three wacky numbers on the back. Um, uh, yeah, that about does it.
Yeah.
Thank you, dear
Yeah.
viewer. Hope you enjoyed that as much as I always enjoy listening to those. And yeah, we'll talk at you next week with some Lucy Dacus.
Yeah. Get excited.
Yeah. All right. Bye bye.
Bye bye.